वल्लभ गिरिवरदारी जय राघमाधव कुंज विहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरदारी। यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरावन चारी यमुना तीरावन। जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरदारी। यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरावन चारी यशोदानंदन। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम राम। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे। Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Shri Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe। जय कृष्ण कृष्ण जय कृष्ण जय श्री कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण हरे हरे राम गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय राधा रमण हरि गोविंद जय 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 जगन्नाथ जय बलदेवा जय सुभद्रा जय बलदेवा राधा मदन मोहन राधा मदन मोहन श्री राधे निताय गौरंग जय निताय गौरंग जय निताय गौरंग हरि बोल 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 जय प्रभुपदा प्रभुपदा तिल प्रभुपदा पावन हरिनाम संकीर्तन की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय।
Hare Krishna. So we welcome all of you and we'd like to welcome His Grace Radheshyam Prabhuji also. Now after this we'll be getting IVS meeting in association of Prabhuji directly in October. So please be very attentive, please be very participative in the class. Let us welcome Prabhuji by loudly journey 3 times. Hari Bol! Hari Bol! Hari Bol!
Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshuvannmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So those of you behind, can you hear me well? In this world, if you very carefully observe, nobody does anything without a goal. And the most important goal of all living beings in this world is to um, get an experience of exchange of pure love. Srila Prabhupada says in the Nectar of Devotion book that a man goes to office and works very hard, earns money and brings home, and he wants to please his wife and children. And for that he is ready to slog hard. Although he knows it's very difficult work, hard work, but ultimately if he sees a smile on the face of wife and children, he thinks his life is perfect. So that exchange of love between this man and his wife and children, that is actually called rasa. Rasa means a kind of juicy relationship that you have with anybody. There are both types of rasa, the bitter rasa as well as sweet rasa also. All of you think of somebody whom you very much love, say your mother or father, you feel some strong affection for them, like it's like a mango ras. And think of another person whom you are very afraid of, where you have a bitter rest like a snake guard, as like a, not snake guard, I mean bitter guard. Karela, juice. With some people, you always have sparks. Fire sparks come out. How many of you, at least one person with whom you had a fire spark coming? So that is like bitter gourd juice. So that's your relationship with some people like that. So naturally, your heart longs for having a relationship where you experience that sweetness and the joy of love. So, although in this world people give gifts, the purpose behind giving gift is also the intention is to get an opportunity to express the affection. Correct, no? Parents buy good, beautiful clothes for their children and gift to them on a birthday or something, and the children feel delighted. Mama, Papa has purchased this dress for me. Similarly, a boy works in a company, earns money, and gives to parents to see a smile on their face. Whatever commodity you may give in this world, the purpose behind that commodity is love. Without love, our life would be like a desert. One very important observation you will make in the Shastras. I will tell you, I'll show the shloka to you. It comes in the 7th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Very soon we are going to celebrate Narsinga Chaturdashi, no? So this shloka would be very appropriate. You can see this. Ashashano na vaibratya swamyanyashisha atmanaha na swami bhrityata swamyam ichanyo rati chashishaha ashasano na vaibratya swaminyashisha atmanaha na swami bhrityata swamyam ichanyo rati chashishaha. Prahlad is praying, he's telling Lord Narasimha. Please read the translation. Who has the mic with you?
A servant who deserves material profits from his master is certainly not a qualified servant or pure devotee.
Yeah, for example, somebody goes to a temple and says, "Oh God, please pass me in the examination." And then after he passes, he says, "Oh God, now please make me, I complete my engineering degree and get my degree." Then he goes to the temple and says, "Oh God, now I finished my degree, I don't have a job, please give me a job." Then he got a job. Then he says, "Oh God, 2-3 years have passed, no promotion, please give me promotion." Then God says, "Okay, take it, take it." And after getting promotion in the company, Then he goes to God and says, "Oh God, now I am 32, I'm not getting married. Please get me married." God got him married. Then 5 years he didn't have a child. Oh God, I don't have a child. Everybody is asking, where is the child? Please give me a blessing. God says, "Tadastu." Now you got a son now. After that 15 years, he doesn't go to temple. God is wondering, kya ho gaya isko? What happened? And then he goes temple after 15 years and says, "Oh God, now I have come again." God is wondering, what do you want now? Please give engineering seat to my son. Then again he goes, please pass him. Please give him a degree. Please give him job. Please give him promotion. So this kind of self-serving prayer to God is condemned here. What prayer it is? Self-serving. See the first line, what is it? Read it again. Say, servant.
A servant who desires material profits from his master is certainly not a qualified servant or pure devotee.
That means his service to the master is having an agenda behind. He has a plan. Just like a boy who is working in an IT company, now night 10 o'clock, he's still hanging around because he knows that my boss will be leaving now. I just have to show him that I am still around. He's waiting. When the boss is about to leave, goes in the front and then smiles. Like that, Sir, I am. And boss says, "Oh, you're still here. Good boy. They're working well." So he tells the boss, "Please keep me in your good books so that when promotion comes, take care." So the whole idea is he want to impress the boss to get promotion. In this world, people are ready to wag the tail and lick the boots, we say, of anybody to get anything. There are people who are ready to jump from one party to another if the other party promises them to give them a seat, correct or not? Isn't it? There are people like that in politicians. People have no values, no character or no morals. People are ready to do anything to get their own selfish goals achieved by flattering somebody, praising somebody. That's why the first line says, a servant who desires material profits from his master is certainly not a qualified servant or pure devotee. In India, you ask any boy, what do you do? He will say, I'm doing service. Where? Then he will tell the company name. Is that really service? Because if the company stops giving you salary, then your service also will stop. Is it not true? On the other hand, the real meaning of service is something that is done without any expectation of any reward and return. One example I will tell you. When we went to Vrindavan, my spiritual master said, in this temple of Radha Krishna, small temple, lives one very great Baba. He said, this person joined his guru's ashram at the age of 8. And his guru told him that, I am getting very old. You please take care of this Radha Krishna deities. And when the boy was 12, the guru left the world. How many years he lived with the guru? 4 years. And Guru, while dying in the bed, he told him, please don't leave the worship of this deity. They are my life and soul. And he passed away. So when we went to Vrindavan, this fellow was 88 years old. That means how many years he has served? No, from the age of 8 up to the age of 88, he has served. 80 years he has served. So my Guru Maharaj was telling you, touch his feet, take his dust. But then he was hiding inside the sanctum sanctorum. He wasn't coming out. He was very shy. So here is an example of a boy who went as a boy and all his life he served the Guru. Guru didn't give him any salary package. He didn't give him a big matha to live. He didn't give him any assurance of any security. He didn't have any food or anything. He just is going to Yamuna, taking the water, bathing the deities. And people who come to temple give some little money here and there, and his life is going on doing bhajan. So the whole idea is, that is called as the service. Srila Prabhupada saw in the Radha Damodar temple where he was staying, early morning, 5 o'clock, one old lady with a frail body would be carrying a pot of water on her shoulder and her body would be trembling. She would come and keep it in front of the pujari's room, in front of the altar. And she would keep it and go away. Prabhupada would watch it. Every single day she did it. Very old woman. And she must be probably 80, 85 or so. She would come and keep it. So Prabhupada said it was dark in the morning, nobody was watching her doing this service. Huh? And Pujari will be inside the sanctum dressing the Lord. Curtain will be closed, but she would keep it and go away. Huh? So Prabhupada said, definitely she will go back to Godhead. Huh? Prabhupada says that. Because she did that seva without any expectation in return. So this type of service done to the Lord with love and with no expectations. That is actually called as service. Huh? Like a disciple goes to a guru and stays in the ashram of guru, and he renders seva to guru. He washes the floor, he cooks the food, he begs alms and brings, takes care of the cows, studies the shastra, and goes out and preaches. When he does all these things without expecting anything from the guru, except the blessings of the guru, that is actually called service. Even Krishna and Balaram and Sudama, they all studied in the same Gurukula. Do you know that? Huh? They stayed together. One day, Krishna and Sudama were sent to forest by the Guru Mata to bring the firewood. Huh? They went to bring firewood, but then by the time they cut the firewood and packed it and made a bundle of that, the sky became dark and it started heavily raining, hailstorm, and it became very dark and river started flowing because of the heavy rains. Krishna was calling, hey Sudama, he was calling, Sudama was calling, hey Krishna, he was calling. Then they found each other, and they caught hold of each other's hands. On one hand, they were carrying the firewood, on the other hand, they were catching the hand. And they were happy that at least they could find each other. They couldn't come out of the forest. And the next day, early morning, Guru became worried. What happened to the children? They gone to the forest. Are they safe? Guru went to the forest and he found them and then he brought them. And Guru told them, Tushtoham bodvijasreshtaha satya santu manorataha. So he says that, my dear children, I am completely satisfied with your service because you selflessly, not caring for you, even your life, you went and did this service. He's saying. So, although Krishna was son of a king and Sudama was son of a Brahman, they both studied in the same Gurukula. This is Vedic life. In Vedic life, nobody will see your economic status, how big you are or how small you are. Everybody has to go to Gurukula, stay under the ashram of Guru, render very menial services like this. And then later on, one can take up the profession. Krishna became the king later on, and then Sudama went back and became a Brahman. And they both got married later. So the idea is, now you all may have a question. If you go to God, what's wrong in asking God for something? After all, it is God who has created this world and He has put us here. If you are told not to ask Him anything, then how can we live in this world? We need something. We need a house, we need a car, we need money, we need facilities. So if you don't go to God and ask, then who else can we ask? So the answer the Shastras give for this question is, if you are a devotee of the Lord, you are simply like a small baby in the lap of a mother. Like if it is getting too cold, it is the mother who brings a sweater for the child. Do you think any child will ask the mother, Mama, when rainy season is coming, will you get me an umbrella? Do you think children ask the mother? Or mom, now it's winter season is coming, will you get me a sweater? They don't even ask. Mother or father, they will arrange everything for the children. So devotee also has conviction that Krishna will arrange everything for me. I don't have to worry at all. So the devotee, now that will be explained now. Similarly, read that.
Similarly, a master who bestows benedictions upon his servant because of a desire to maintain a prestigious position as master is also not a pure master.
He's saying, if a master also has a desire for prestige, then he is also not a pure master. For example, Hiranyakashipu did severe penance, you all know. After which his whole body became covered by ant hills. The ants ate his flesh. Only bones were remaining and the soul was passing through the bones in the body. At that time, Brahma and many other rishis and devatas arrived there. And nobody could find out in the dense jungle filled with trees and mountains. So Brahma was the first one to spot him. He brought all his associates with him and he took a kamandal of water, sprinkled on that, anthill, and out came Hiranyakashipu. He emerged like fire coming out of wood. He came out. And then now he had a golden body, a handsome body and hefty body, because Brahma had sprinkled water and energized him. That old skinny bony body was gone. Now he got a very nice body. After offering obeisances and praising Brahma profusely, then Hiranyakashipu folded his palms and looked at Brahma, and Brahma told him, Hiranyakashipu, the kind of penance you have done, nobody in this world can do. 100 celestial years. Celestial years means 100 celestial years is 36,000 years. So, which means such a long period of time in your life, you have not even drunk one drop of water. Even great rishis like Bhrigu Muni cannot keep such fast from water. You have done such a great penance, and you have done it for me. So, darshanam nafalam mama, he said. Don't worry, your austerity is done for me, will not go in vain. I समझ सोचो कि मैं भी छोटा हूं, मैं भी थोड़ा बड़ा हूं, मैं भी ऐसे कुछ वरदान दे सकता हूं जो आपकी तपस्या के लिए उचित होगा. I can give you a benediction befitting your penance. So that time Brahma started thinking in his mind, he has given me such a respect and austerities he has done for me. I also have to show my prowess and give him something which will be much great. Imagine, for example, one of you is invited by one of the devotees to his college for giving a program. Any of you have given a program, one-time program in a college here? Anybody? Any of you have given here? There are a few. Say you are given a chance to speak. Suddenly you go there and see on the stage, you find there 1,000 boys sitting. Suddenly you are worried. You're thinking, my Lord, I am not such a big preacher and they have given a very big audience. So naturally you will want to perform well in order to satisfy the organizers. Correct or not? Is it not true? So that they don't get put off. So that's how Brahma also was thinking that this fellow has done so much penance for me, I should give him a powerful benediction in return. Then he told Hiranyakashipu, ask whatever you want. I can provide you. The first thing he asked is for immortality. Brahma said, sorry, except immortality, can ask me anything else. And then, of course, he asked many benedictions, neither inside nor outside, and all those things he asked. And Brahma also went on granting. But for this, he got a little chastisement from Lord Narasimha later. Narasimha said, hey, don't offer benedictions beyond your jurisdiction. Lord told, Brahma must have told, sorry, sir. But why did he give such a benediction? Because sometimes, in order to show your prestige, you act beyond your jurisdiction. Say, for example, somebody comes to your company and he's asking you, hey, your boss is there. You may ask, why my boss? I am there, no? I am there. What is the problem? And he may say, no, actually, I'm looking for your boss because I want one signature. I want sanction of 2 lakh rupees. Take it, I'll give signature again. You put signature and you give it, take it. And that fellow takes it, takes 2 lakhs. Later on, your boss is going through everything. He says, hey, who granted this 2 lakhs? Sir, actually, sorry, sir, you had gone out. Therefore, I only signed. Why you didn't ask me first? Sir, I thought every time you sign, whatever I show you, you sign. I thought this will, anyway, you're going to sign. I also signed in same manner. So, now why this fellow gave his own signature? Because he had a desire to prove his prestige and prove his power. So, any boss, in order to prove his power, to maintain his prestigious position, he bestows benedictions, is not a pure master. So this verse talks about 4 types of people. Pure master, pure servant. Impure master, impure servant. So now I told you example of Hiranyakashipu and Brahma. So Brahma is one of the demigods, devatas. So he wanted to show him that I can give you something very big, and then he got into little trouble. And also, I told you example of people approaching, different devatas for different material benedictions. It's very, very common sight in India. In South India, many pillars sometimes have Hanuman. Have you seen that? In some pillar, they have a stone carving of Hanuman. They put a lot of makan. On that Hanuman, kumkum and makan they put. Butter. And people circumambulate the pillar along with Hanuman in the center. So one temple I went, it was Ram's temple. One fellow was going round and round the pillar. 108 times he did. I was amazed. What a great bhakta of Hanuman. And then he was kneeling down with hands folded with great reverence. He was telling, "Oh Maruti, please grant me a Maruti car." He was telling. That was his prayer. So poor Maruti, I mean, poor Hanuman would have thought, hey, is this what you wanted and you're rotating around me 108 times? I can give you Rama Bhakti. Huh? You're asking for just a mere car. So that is actually the first line I told you, that people pray for material benedictions. So between people of this world and the devatas, the relationship is mundane, material, because they demand material things from the devatas. And devatas also, to maintain the prestige, they also give them big, big benedictions like that. But the relationship between Krishna and his devotees is pure. Of course, some devotees go with impure desires to Krishna. Chaturveda bhajante mam, there is one verse which says that. But ultimately, Krishna appreciates those devotees the most who go to him with pure desires. So, how Krishna deals with them? So, four things I will tell you today. You will be amazed to hear this. How Krishna and the pure devotees deal with each other. The first thing about the pure devotees is the only commodity between the dealing between Krishna and pure devotees is love alone, nothing else. How do you know that? You all know the pastime of Ambarish Maharaj, correct? No? How many of you know Ambarish and Durvasa pastime? Almost one third of them know. Okay. Long story cut short, I will tell you. It appears in the ninth canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. So, one day Durvasa Muni arrived at the palace of a great king of the world. His name was Ambarish Maharaj. And the meaning of the name Durvasa means what? Very difficult to live with. Vas means live, Dur means difficult. Why you can't live with him? Because he's an angry sage. If you go small things, if you commit mistake, he'll become upset. He may give curse also. So many people used to fear him. Durvasa Muni. And a great mystic yogi. He can walk on water. He can fly on sky. This one. So, and that sage was thinking, oh, this Ambarish is a family man. He's a king. He is floating in the middle of palace and gold and silver and everything. I am a great mystic yogi. So that type of ahambhava he had. So king told Durvasa that, sir, please take a bath in the river and come. There is a big feast awaiting you. And Durvasa said, yes, I'll come back. So he went for a bath. At that time, Ambarish was performing one Ekadashi Vrata. And the time for Parana. Parana time means next day, Dwadashi day, you have to break the fast. The time came. Ambarish became worried. My guest has come, Durvasa Muni. Without feeding him, how can I eat? It's improper. Then he consulted the Brahmins. And then he thought that I will drink little Charanamrit. Drinking Charanamrit is like breaking fast, at the same time not breaking also. So thinking like that, he took little Charanamrit and drank it. But then Durvasa Muni in the riverside, he saw that and he became very angry. He came back with furious eyes. He said, hey Ambarish, you are not a Vishnu Bhakta. You have drunk the Charanamrit before your guest has eaten his food. Because you have transgressed the Vedic principles of Atiti, Saman. You didn't give properly. This very moment I am going to kill you. So he plucked the clumps of hair and threw it on the ground and then spelled out a curse. And a huge demon was created from earth to sky, fiery demon. And the demon was ready to kill Ambarish. So Ambarish is a pure devotee of Krishna. Guess what he did? He just folded his palms, closed his eyes and remembered Lord Vishnu, thinking that Rake Krishna Mare Krishna Rake. If Krishna wants to protect me, no one can kill me. If Krishna wants to kill me, no one can. So ultimately it is in whose hands? Left it. So when he did that, immediately next moment, Lord sent Sudarshan Chakra. And the chakra, like that, it just cut off the head of the demon. And then the Sudarshan Chakra was shining with fire. And it went behind Durvasa and started chasing behind Durvasa. Of course, Durvasa, I told you, he can walk on water, fly on sky. He entered Gufa. Everywhere he went, Sudarshan Chakra followed him. So Durvasa got frightened. What is this? This I never expected. Because Lord Vishnu thought Ambarish is my pure devotee. He is so innocent devotee. He doesn't know how to protect himself. Now his life is in danger. So I will send a chakra to protect him. So Lord sent the Sudarshan Chakra. Now Durvasa ran to Indra Loka. Indra said, Sir, don't come here. Because if you come, Sudarshan also is coming. Then our life is also in danger. We have no power to counteract Vishnu's weapon. Please kindly run away from here. So he ran away from there. Then he ran to Brahma Loka. Brahma said, see, Vishnu is my master. We all go and bow down our heads to him. How I can counteract his weapon? With some intention, Lord has sent this weapon to you. I have no power to take it away. Then Durvasa left Brahma's abode and went to Kailash, to Shiva's abode. Shiva said, me, Brahma and all the devatas, we go to the milk ocean and we pray to Lord Vishnu to send the avatars many times. I can't help you. Better you go to Vishnu only because chakra belongs to whom? Vishnu. If you tell him, he will take it away. Then immediately he ran to Vishnu Loka. There he went and fell at the feet of Vishnu. So at that time, chakra was still behind him. So when he got up and he told Vishnu, my dear Lord, this chakra is chasing after me, it is your weapon, kindly take it away. Vishnu said, sorry, Durvasa, the chakra is not in my control, the Lord said. What are you saying? It is your chakra only. Lord said a beautiful verse, he said, Aham bhakta paradhino hyasvatantra ibadvija sadhu virgrasta hridayo bhaktair bhakta jana priyaha. Hey Brahmana, aham bhakta paradhino, I am subservient to my devotees. Hyasvatantra yivadvija, I have no independence, the Lord said. Sadhu grasta hridayo, such devotees like Ambarish have captured me in their hearts with pure love. Bhaktair bhakta jana priyaha. Not only I am servant of my devotees, I am servant of my devotee servants. If somebody is assisting my devotee, I become servant of that devotee. Why? Because I love my devotees very much. So when he heard it, he said, my dear Lord, it is only your sentiment because of which you are attached to a devotee, but you really have the power to retract this chakra. I agree that you love your devotees, but if you want to take this chakra away from me, you can take it. Why not? Then the Lord said, Mayi nirbaddha hridaya sarvatra samadarshanaha vashe kurvanti mam bhaktya sastriya satpatim yata. He said, if a chaste wife is very humble, very simple, very tolerant, very service oriented, pure hearted, and always cheerful and favorably disposed to husband, then such a good wife, she conquers the husband's heart. Sometimes the husband comes home from the office after getting chastisement. He comes and yells at the wife. But a good wife, what she will think? I think my husband must have got some dose in the office. Poor fellow, all day he is struggling hard. Now, if he's shouting at home, I am sitting at home very coolly, so let me just take it, no problem. She doesn't take it seriously, she ignores it. And then she continues to cheerfully serve him, giving him some snacks, talking to him as normally as nothing has happened. So next day morning, before going to office, the husband is feeling guilty. He tells his wife, actually yesterday, you see, I was in angry mood. There is nothing on your part. You are quite normal. My anger was on my boss, but I can't shout at him. If I shout at him, job will be gone. Therefore, I shouted at you. My dear good wife, you are so tolerant. You are like a shock absorber. Thank you for your goodness. And then when the husband is going to office, he is still thinking of his wife in his mind, which means by her good behavior, she has occupied the heart of her husband. Similarly, the Lord said, my devotees are so tolerant. Look at Prahlad, how much torture he tolerated to continue to be my devotee. Look at my devotees, Pandavas. Their wife was insulted, their kingdom was taken away, they were driven away to jungle, they're put in a Varna to be burnt alive. But these devotees still don't give up my devotion. They are so attached to me. So they are like a chaste wife for a gentle husband. So they have occupied my heart. So Lord told Durvasa that Ambarish has occupied my heart. When I love my devotee, then how can I take away the chakra? You have troubled my devotee, so I can't take away the chakra. The Lord said. Hmm. And Durvasa Muni asked, but my dear Lord, you only have spoken one famous verse in the scripture. You all know the famous verse. All of you repeat that. Namo Brahmanya Devaya Go Brahmana Hitaya Cha Jagat Hitaya Krishnaya Govindaya. See, Namo Hitaya Krishnaya. Ay, Namo Nama. Govindaya Namo Nama. So he reminded the Lord of this verse and said, my dear Lord, you say Brahmanas are very dear to you. Are we not dear? Because who am I? Brahman. Durvasa Muni said that. Lord Vishnu smiled and said, Durvasa, Brahmanas are dear to me, but Vaishnavas are more dear to me. He said. And he asked, why? What is the reason? Then the Lord said, you see, when you saw the Sudarshan Chakra, you ran from pillar to post. You ran to Indra, you ran to Brahma, you ran to Shiva. At last you understood none of those guys can help you. You have come to me now. How much you are attached to your life. How selfish you are. On the other hand, look at my devotee Ambarish. What is he doing? When you created the big demon, he didn't budge 1 inch. He had complete faith in me. That if he has to die, he is ready to die. So he depended on my protection. Therefore, I sent him Sudarshan Chakra. Why will I not love Ambarish more than you? Tell me. The Lord asked him. So Durvasa felt very ashamed. And the Lord said, I love my pure devotees for 2 reasons, he said. Note this, very important point. Lord said, one reason the Lord said, my pure devotees, he said, they have no desire or any expectation from me. They don't want to become king of the earth. They don't want to go to heaven. They don't even want to get moksha from this world also. And they don't want to go to Brahma Jyoti and become Brahmaleen and relax in the Brahman. They don't want any of that. And they have neither spiritual expectations nor material expectations. See, many of you may think devotees have no material expectation, but they have spiritual expectation. But Lord said, my devotees don't demand me anything materially, spiritually. If I take them back to Godhead, they will come. If I send them to hell also, like Prabhupada was sent to Bowery in America, which is very similar to hell. My devotees are ready to go to hell to preach my glories. That means they don't demand me anything. They simply want to love and serve me. Like Bhaktivinoda Thakur sang in one song. Manasa deho geho yo kichu mon arpilo tuva pade Nanda Kishore Sampade Vipade Jivane Marane Dai Mama Gela Tuva O Padavarane Maro Virakovi Joyita Tuha Krishna Tuva Adhikar Nityadat Prati Tuva Adhikar Kita Janma Ho Yata Tuva Das Bahir Mukha Brahma Janme Nahi Mora Manasa Deho Geho Yogitu Mor Arpelo Tuva Pade Nanda Kishore. He is telling, my dear Lord Krishna, I offer my body, my mind, my words, my home, and everything to you at your lotus feet. Jo kichu more, whatever I have, I'm offering it all to you. And then he's saying, no, Nanda Kishore, I'm offering this to you. And Sampade Vipade means when my life is going smoothly, comfortably, I will be your devotee. But even if there is crisis, there is financial crunch in my life, or I failed in some exam, or I lost my job, but still I will not stop your chanting. I'll continue practicing your devotion service. When I am living, I'll be your devotee. When I die, I'll continue your devotion in the next life also. I will never stop doing devotion service. When I am rich, I'll be your devotee. When you make me poverty stricken, I'll be your devotee. That means in all situations, I'll be your devotee. My only aspiration is seva to you. Like that he is saying. And then he's telling, my dear Lord, I don't expect you to make me a Brahma with 4 heads to be a leader of the whole universe. If in that Brahma's body I am going to forget you. Huh. What is the use of a forgetful Brahma? Even with 4 heads, useless 4 heads. You forget the Lord, isn't it? On the other hand, you can make me a worm in the house of a pure devotee. Why? Because if I am crawling there, some Mahaprasad will be lying. I can take some grain and chant Mahaprasad Govinda and take it. So I don't mind becoming a Kita. Kita janma hovu yata tuadas. If I can be your servant, I am ready to become a worm in the house of a pure devotee. But if I am going to forget you, I don't want to be even that Brahma who forgets you. Which means the only singular aspiration of a pure devotee is to love and serve Krishna. And not in the spiritual world, anywhere. Wherever the Lord will put me, he said. So Lord Vishnu told Durvasa, this is one thing that charms my heart. That my devotees don't aspire for anything other than service to me. He said, how I can leave those devotees? By their loving service to me, they have occupied my heart. Every moment I am thinking of them. Sadhavo hridayam makhyam sadhunam hridayam tvaham madanyatte na jananti naham tebhyo managapi. My dear Durvasa, my devotees are residing in my heart. I am residing in my devotees' heart. My devotees do not think of anyone other than me, and I don't think of anyone other than my devotees. The Lord said. One day, somebody told Hanuman that Hanuman, we are very sorry to tell you that Lord Ramachandra has a big motor diary. Thousands of devotees' names are there. Only your name is somehow missed out. When Hanuman heard it, he cried out loudly. He ran to Lord Ram and he opened the diary and checked all the list of names, thousands of names. He told Ram that, my dear Lord, I agree that you are a great personality and you have millions of devotees. I am one small devotee. Kindly add my name also, the diary. It can be last. I don't mind if you add it last. Oh, the Lord said, oh, you are searching for my name. Wait a minute. Then Lord Ram took out another diary, small diary. And he gave it to Hanuman. Hanuman opened it. The first name was Hanuman's name. Hanuman asked, kitne diary aapke paas? And the Lord said, you see, Hanuman, the big diary is a diary of those devotees who are always thinking of me. And the small diary is the list of names of devotees whom I am always thinking of. So therefore, I have put your name first in that. I cannot forget you even for a moment. Even for a split second, I can't forget you. Then Hanuman started dancing. He went and told the devotee, you said my name is not, my name is first. So Hanuman became very ecstatic that not only Lord allowed me to remember him, but he is also remembering me. So Hanuman became very jolly after that. You all may be knowing Hanuman opened his chest and showed Sitaram, no? He always remembers the Lord, but Lord is also remembering him very much. So one amazing thing with Ram, he sent all the Vanaras in all directions to find out where Sita is, correct, no? But to only one person he gave a ring that when you find Sita, you give it. To whom? That means Lord Ram already knew who is going to find out. Correct, no? Otherwise, how did he give it? That means he already is a pre-planned thing. Lord knows that this is the fellow who will find Sita. So, in this way, Lord told Durvasa that One of the aspects of my pure devotee is the kind of love and service they give me without any expectation. Even all of you here in this world, you become touched by that love which is reposed on you without expectation, like your mother, for example. She raised you from childhood, she cooked for you when you were a small baby, right from that time up to now. Many parents, they selflessly serve the children and they don't expect anything. Many times, many mothers say that, but I just want to see you get settled and be happy. So the more they don't have expectation from you, the more your love for them increases. Correct, no? So Lord said, my devotees have no expectation from me. They simply want to serve me. They have no agenda in serving me. All the karmis, jnanis, yogis, all fellows have agenda. Karmis are thinking, oh Lord, give me this, give me that. They always come for something to me. And jnanis, they want to get rid of suffering of the material world and go to Brahman and relax in the easy chair. Isn't it? And yogis want to get Ashtasiddhis to walk on water, fly on sky and show off. So all the three fellows, their reference point is themselves only. Whereas bhaktas are always thinking, who is Krishna's mother? Who is Krishna's father? Who is Krishna's friends? Who is Krishna's most dear devotee? Which are the animals Krishna loves very much? Which is the mountain in which Krishna plays? Which is the river in which Krishna and his friends play? So they are always talking katha about me, thinking about me, remembering me, loving me, serving me. For themselves, poverty for themselves, opulence for the Lord. They dress me, decorate me with jewelry. They don't wear jewelry. They decorate me with very beautiful dresses and they lead a very simple life. So in this way, Lord was admiring. Another thing, second thing the Lord told Durvasa, that the love and the compassion that resides in the heart of my devotee for preaching my glories and connecting the suffering souls, even I don't have that compassion so much, the Lord said. In Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says, Krishna vinna vichalayet, he says, if any living entity is not interested in me, chhod do usko. He is not interested. वो थोड़ा लातों का बुद्ध बातों से मानेगा नहीं. Let him go and get some kicks and slaps by Maya, then he will come to me after some lifetimes. Why do you chase after him? But the devotee says, my dear Lord, one last chance we will try. One last time. So he goes and he gives prasad, he gives kirtan, he tries to do so many things like Lord Nityananda Prabhu, you all know. Regarding Nityananda, there's a very beautiful song. It says, Adama patita jiver dware dware jiya. Adama patita jiver Hare Rama Maha Mantra Deno Vidaiya. Jare deke tare kohe dante trina dhore. Amare kini alo ho bhaja gaura hari. See, it is said, well, Lord Nityananda would go door to door, batter the door of the house. When they would open the door, he would fold his palms and beg them, please chant Hare Krishna, worship Krishna, read Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam. Some people would say, oh, you people are so nice. Thank you, I will do that. Give me the mala, give me the book, I will take it. They will take it. But some people would say, no, we don't have time. We are super busy. Don't disturb us. And Nityananda Prabhu, he would beg them, please, just at one round at least, read one page of Gita a day. And they would say that, where do we have time? In the morning we have to cook and evening we have to see the family. Daytime we have to go to job. We have no time at all. Then Nityananda Prabhu would fall on the ground and do namaskar to them and beg them, touch their feet and tell them, please kindly chant. Some people would become frightened. They'll say, okay, don't touch our feet and all, we will do chanting. But some people, even after bowing down also, they won't chant. They will say, no, still I can't do that. Then what he would do? He would roll on the ground, it is said. It is said here, Tare deke tare kohe dante trina dore. Tare deke tare kohe dante trina. Amare kini alo ho bhaja gaura hare. Yeto boli Nityananda bhume gadi jay. Sonara parvat jeno dhulate lota. नो अवतारया रति न जन्मेलो जोचन बोले चाहिए पापी ये लो आरगेलो अक्रोध परमानंद नित्यानंद राय अभिमान शून्य नित्य नगरे बेड़ा They are saying, Etavali Nityananda Bhumi Gati Jai. Then when they would see the golden body of Nityananda rolling on the ground, he would be wearing blue dhoti. Lord Gauranga wears golden dhoti and Nityananda wears blue dhoti. When people would see this beautiful personality rolling on the ground and begging, they would immediately agree to chant. Their hearts would melt like that. So this is the way he preached. He would carry clumps of grass on his teeth, fold the palms and beg people to become devotees. So Lord Nityananda shows the real heart of a Vaishnava. How a Vaishnava is ready to go one extra mile than even Krishna also to beg the jivas to become devotees. So Lord Vishnu told Durvasa that, Durvasa, look at my devotees, how they are preaching. They are ready to do anything. Like his own Samalkrishna Maharaj and his own Giriraj Maharaj went to meet one big billionaire. And the billionaire was not at all interested. You Hare Krishnas, always you come, don't disturb me, I'm busy in the business. So somehow they said, sir, we have come for a very important thing. They wanted him to become a life patron. So that fellow wanted to fool these people. So he said, so you guys are surrendered to Swami Prabhupada and Lord Krishna. Okay, I will become life patron if you take this soda bottle, water and you pour on your head. Like that he said. See, it's a humiliation, no? You take a soda bottle and put it. And these two fellows took it and poured it on their head. Soda water came all over their body. And that fellow was so stunned. These fellows are so surrendered. Immediately became life patron. He filled up the form and gave the money. So the devotees of the Lord will do anything to make someone a devotee. Nityananda Prabhu is rolling on the ground. So we should not preach arrogantly. We should preach very compassionately. So Lord told, the compassion of my devotee exceeds even my compassion. In fact, I don't think I have as much compassion as my devotee. So Prabhupada says, the devotees of the Lord are more merciful than the Lord by the mercy of the Lord. Prabhupada writes in one sentence like that. So one thing Lord told him is, my devotees have no desire, including moksha also. And second thing the Lord told, my devotee's compassion is the crest jewel quality in my devotee. Look at Srila Prabhupada, after 2 heart attacks, he went to America. Is there any old man at the age of 70, after 2 heart attacks, he'll go to America? He will take a U-turn and come back and live with his sons and grandsons, isn't it? Prabhupada, you can see that is his compassion in that ripe old age. And there also 1 year he didn't get any result. Then he went to the park and literally cried out the holy name, beating his drum. Then many boys, girls came and became devotees. So the compassion of a Vaishnava is unimaginable. Sripad Ramanujacharya was given one mantra by his guru and told him it's a confidential mantra. Don't release the mantra to anybody. If you do, you will go to hell. Ramanuja deeply thought, such an important mantra which can take anyone to Vaikuntha, why should this mantra not be given to everybody? He climbed up the top of a Gopuram and announced to the whole village, and 1,000 people came. He told, oh, people of the village, listen to me attentively. I have the secret name of the Lord which can take you to Vaikuntha. In this very life, if you are ready to receive this mantra with great Shraddha, tell me, I am ready to give you. And everybody raised their arms and begged, please give us the name. Save us from the samsara. We want to go back to Vaikuntha. And he spelled out the mantra and made them repeat. When the news reached Guru, he got wild. Call Ramanuja, he said. When Ramanuja went to meet the Guru told, I told you not to tell anyone. You have told 1,000 people. Don't you know you will go to hell? So Ramanuja said, Guruji, that I knew very well that I will go to hell. Let one man go to hell. Let 1,000 people go back to Vaikuntha. Yes, sir. So you can see this is the heart of a Vaishnava, how much compassionate a Vaishnava heart is. Lord said this is another quality. And then Durvasa said, my dear Lord, now I understand. I thought of Ambarish to be an ordinary fellow. Now after hearing from you, I understand his glory. So now you only tell me, have you decided to kill me with this Sudarshan? Or you have any plan of saving my life? Yeah. Is there any way by which my life can be spared? Lord Vishnu smiled and said, don't worry. Go back to Bhuloka, fall at the feet of Ambarish. Ambarish Maharaj alone, if he grants you permission, Sudarshan will leave you. And Durvasa went back, Sudarshan also followed him. And then when he caught hold of the feet of Ambarish called Sudarshan and said, Sudarshan, Lord Vishnu has sent Durvasa Muni here to me. I want to see him relieved. Please leave him. But Sudarshan said, no, I am not going to leave him. He said. And then Ambarish asked, Adanma Shilasura Dhumaketave. Hey, Sudarshan, you are supposed to kill Asuras. Why are you trying to kill a Brahmana? It will become Brahmahatya, he said. But Sudarshan said, you are saying he is a Brahman, but he behaved worse than an Asura because he is trying to kill a Vaishnava like you. How can somebody allow someone to kill a Vaishnava? I can't spare him, he said. Then Ambarish took all the spiritual activities he did. He took a kamandalu and poured the argya water and said, Sudarshan, I am offering all the fruits of my activities here to you. I beg you, please leave him. Then Sudarshan left after that. At that time, Durvasa Muni was so relieved. And Ambarish said, for 1 year I am waiting for you, sir. Now you please eat prasadam now. The big plate of feast. While delighting on the feast, Durvasa Muni told one famous prayer. Aho ananta dasanam mahatam drishtamadhyame kritagasopi yad rajan mangalani samihase. Oh, great devotee King Ambarish, I tried to kill you, but you tried to protect me. What a wonderful thing it is. Now I understand what a Vaishnava is. After this meal, I am planning to go to my Siddhaloka. I am flying back. But when I go to Siddhaloka, the first thing I will do is to call all the Siddha Purushas there, yogis, and tell them the story, what happened just now. Although in the story you are the hero, I am a villain. Still I am going to tell the story because I want to glorify the Vaishnavas like you. Let the yogis come to know who devotees are. Like that he said. So, from this what you understood, that the only business between Lord and the devotee is exchange of pure love. Because of this, the Lord empowers the devotee to do better than him also. For example, there is one song which says, जिस सागर को बिना सेतु के फांद सके नहीं राम खुद गए हनो मानवती में लेके राम का नाम हरि से बड़ा हरि का नाम हरि से बड़ा हरि का. How many of you understood the meaning? You understood? Only few understood. See, जिस सागर को बिना सेतु के फांद सके नहीं राम. Lord Rama could not cross the Samudra without a Setu Bandha. But Hanuman, how did he cross? But he just jumped. But before jumping, one thing he said, what he said? Radheshyam. By just taking the Ram Nam, he jumped without any Setu Bandh. But the same Ram, when he wanted to cross, he needed a Setu Bandh. Isn't it? It's amazing, no? So Lord empowered Hanuman to be even better than himself. Just like father sometimes praises the son to be better than himself, correct, no? One father said, I am only farmer, my son is engineer. They will praise. So like that, Lord want to glorify his devotee, like that. One day, Lord Rama saw that all the Vanaras are writing Ram Nam in stones and putting it on the ocean, and all the big stones are floating. So night, Lord Rama wanted to try it. So midnight he got up and then took one big stone and tried to put it on the top of the ocean water. As soon as he left it, immediately the stone sunk. And somebody was laughing from behind. Somebody was laughing. Ram was wondering, hey, who in the midnight got up other than me? And behind the tree was Hanuman. was laughing. Hanuman said, "My dear Lord, if you gave up somebody, they definitely will drown in samsara. If you have given up somebody, how can they float? We are able to make these stones float because we are writing your name. That is why it is said, O dil wale डूब जाएंगे जिन पे नहीं है नाम वो पत्थर भी तर जाएंगे जिन पे लिखा श्री राम हरि से बड़ा हरि का नाम हरि से बड़ा हरि का. How many of you understood the meaning of this? See, wo dil wale dub jayenge means jin pe nahi hai naam. If somebody is not carrying Lord's name in their heart, they will get drowned in the ocean of samsara, material existence. But wo patthar bhi tar jayenge. Even a stone can be floating on the water if it is written with the name Sri Ram. So in this way, Lord's name empowered the stones, Lord's name empowered Hanuman. So Lord empowers his devotee to be better than himself. Many times he has done that. For example, Lord Krishna could have taken a chakra and finished the whole Kurukshetra battle himself. Correct, no? Then the Mahabharata will be only one page only, that's all. Krishna took chakra and finished everything. But 18 days he lived with Pandavas and then driving the chariot and guiding Arjuna. So in that one verse in Gita, Lord Krishna says that, my dear Arjuna, you win this unrivaled kingdom. Tasmat pamuttishta yasho labhasva jitva shatrun bhungshvarajyam samriddham mayaiva yete nihita purvameva nimittamatram bhavasapvisachin. I will give you ideas how to kill all the people. You kill and you take the credit, Lord said, of killing all the people. And you also take the credit of ruling the kingdom of the whole world. And I don't want anything. I just want to see my devotees happy. That's all. So you will see that Lord Krishna empowers his devotees. He empowered the Gandiva Bhava of Arjuna, correct, no? Arjuna could shatter the hearts of enemies by playing the Gandiva Bhava. Lord empowered Arjuna to do miracles with that Bhava. And he empowered Hanuman. Similarly, Lord Chaitanya used to chant 1 lakh name or 2 lakh names every day. Whereas Haridas Thakur was chanting 3 lakh names. So similarly, one day Prabhupada asked his devotees, see, Lord Chaitanya preached only in India, but I have preached all over the world. What do you say? So devotees are bewildered. What is this? Then Prabhupada said, see, it is Lord Chaitanya's mercy only that he made me preach all over the world. But Lord delights in making his devotee do better than himself also. He empowers his devotees. Just as any parent would like to empower their children and feel great joy in that. Like after the war was over, Kurukshetra war, Yudhishthira Maharaj was lamenting. So many people died in the battle and nobody could pacify him. So one fellow cried before the war, one fellow cried after the war. Who cried before the war? After the war? Yeah. That time Krishna told, oh, Yudhishthira ji, you fought the battle because I told all of you to fight, Dharma Yuddha. But Yudhishthira said, hey, Krishna, you don't tell me anything. He was not willing to listen to Krishna. Then Krishna said, okay, go to Vedavyas. Vedavyas also could not convince. And then Krishna said, we will take you to Bhishma Pitama. So if you read that chapter in Bhagavatam, it said, Krishna is only as Paramatma in the heart of Yudhishthira. The Paramatma told Yudhishthira not to become convinced by Krishna or Vyasa. Outside Krishna is trying to convince him, inside Krishna is telling him not to be convinced. Why? This is called as Krishnena Adbhuta Karmana. Because Krishna wanted to glorify Bhishma. So he took Yudhishthira there. When Yudhishthira saw Bhishma, Bhishma loudly cried, oh Pandavas, what all Anyaya was done on you by the Kauravas. This war was necessary and Dharma should have been established. So whatever you did was perfect. Hearing from the grandfather's mouth pacified Yudhishthira. So Krishna wanted to glorify Bhishma Pitama as better than himself. Although Bhishma is also a devotee of Krishna only. So you can see how the Lord empowers his devotee to be better than himself. And also the Lord uses his devotees to to teach the world many lessons. For example, say sometimes the mother-in-law sees that a new bahu has come now after marriage, or she's a big computer engineer, only she doesn't know how to serve prasad. She's taking this much bendi and putting in the middle of the plate. And she's putting little rice in one corner. And the mother-in-law is saying, look at this girl, foolish girl. She may be a computer engineer, but doesn't know how to serve prasad. But if she scolds her, then mother-in-law, daughter-in-law, Leela will start. Uh, In India, it's a very famous one. And they fight very much. So what mother-in-law does, she shouts, she scolds her daughter, who is also serving. Hey daughter, why are you foolishly serving little rice and more sabji? Sabji should be less and rice should be more. Then daughter also says, okay ma, I'll be careful, she says. But then the daughter-in-law is thinking, my lord, mistake was committed by me and the scolding went to her own daughter. Because mother-in-law doesn't know who did the mistake. Like that she's thinking. Mother-in-law knows everything. Huh? But purposefully she's calling her own daughter. Similarly, what Krishna does, he uses his devotees to teach the world. So in this example, his devotees are like daughter. Krishna is like the mother-in-law. And all of us are like their computer engineer, daughter-in-law. Yeah. So what Krishna does in the beginning of Gita, he scolds Arjuna, Ashocchanan, Vashochastvam, Pragyapadan. So he's telling Arjuna, you don't know the difference between body and soul. Huh? And he's scolding him, you behave like a big pandita, but you have no knowledge of what is body, what is soul, like that he's telling. So scolding goes to Arjuna and we learn lesson about soul and body. Imagine if Krishna scolded the readers of Bhagavad Gita, we would close it and run away from there. So Krishna is using his devotees to teach the world. Very amazing it is. Huh? So Krishna likes to be why he is taking devotees for scolding, devotees' relation with Krishna is very intimate, very dear. So they won't mind the scolding. Huh? Devotees can be put in any situation, they don't mind. Krishna. So Krishna uses devotees to teach many, many lessons. Like Pandavas were put into so many troubles, they didn't mind it. They continued to be wonderful devotees. Through them, Krishna brought about the Mahabharata war and established Dharma Yuddha and all that. If we are put into little trouble, we run away. Pure devotees are very powerful. So through his pure devotees, he teaches the world so many lessons. Lastly, Krishna sometimes puts devotees in an awkward position. You know what is awkward position? In a very difficult position. And devotees are ready to become play toys in Krishna's hands. For example, Parikshit was a pure devotee, grandson of Pandavas. Lord protected him in the womb when he was in the mother's womb. So his name came to be called as Vishnurat. But at one point when he went to forest, he was thirsty for water, and one Sage Samik Rishi was doing meditation, he didn't give him water. He took a dead snake and put around his neck. And then that sage's son's name is Shringi. He was playing with boys in another place. When he came to know, that boy spelled out a curse that this King Parikshit will die in 7 days. So King Parikshit has now not even a single track record of, even speaking against Brahmins. And he himself was a pure devotee of Krishna. And he was a grandson of Pandavas. He is great in all respects. But this putting the snake around the neck was will of the Lord. Lord Krishna's plan was, I will make Parikshit put the snake around the neck and he will get a curse to die in 7 days. So through Parikshit, Bhagavatam will come into this world. So he wanted to use his devotee. And another reason why Lord wanted to take away Parikshit is, he was controlling Kali so powerfully that Kali Yuga cannot continue only. Kali has no place. Lord told Parikshit, you come back to Vaikuntha, come back to spiritual world, let Kali Yuga proceed. So Lord decided to take away Parikshit. So he orchestrated this Leela. So this is example of Lord putting devotee in an awkward position. That's why there is a song, Dina Bandhu Dina Nath, Mere Dori Tere Haath. Oh my dear Dinabandhu, the ropes of my life I hand over to you. I am a puppet in your hands. And you can make me dance in whatever way you want. Prabhupada also said, no? Kashtera putali yata, nachavo semate, nachavo Prabhu, nachavo semate. He said, you have taken me to America. I am seeing all the people running here and there fast. I don't know how will I preach here. My English is highly accented with Bengali accent. But my dear Lord, you have some plan for me here. I am simply a puppet in your hands. You can make me dance the way you want. And then Krishna did wonderful things through him. So he put Parikshit in that awkward position. Prabhupada also, at one time his business collapsed and his bhakti flourished. Because Krishna was thinking, what is my pure devotee doing in a pharmaceutical shop? I want him to go to America and preach. So Krishna sacked Prabhupada's business and then made him take sannyas and go to America and preach. So he can put devotees in awkward. Prabhupada laughed when he said this. See how Krishna played tricks with me. He, in order to pull me to America, he sacked my business and increased my spiritual success. He said. So in this way, the devotees become puppet in Lord's hands. But when devotee becomes a puppet in Lord's hands, Lord also becomes a puppet in devotee's hands. How? Have you seen Jagannath Rath Yatra? The ropes are in whose hands? Yeah. So you can also sing Dina Bandhu Dina Nath Tere Dori Mere Hath. Correct, no? So Lord's story is in devotee's hands and devotee's story is in, like Yashoda is taking a dory and binding Krishna. So that means Krishna is under whose control? So devotees are under Krishna's control and Krishna is under. So four things I spoke today about which, if you want to remember, there is a very easy acronym. You can remember B.E.T.A, B-E.T.A. Beta means son, no? Devotees are the best sons of the Lord. B stands for the only business between Lord and the pure devotees is to exchange love. And love is the only commodity they exchange. That is B. And E stands for Lord empowers his devotees to be better than himself out of love. So, like I told you, Lord empowered Hanuman, Lord empowered Arjuna, and all that. Lord empowered Prabhupada. And thirdly, T stands for Lord makes the devotees, Lord teaches the world by using his devotees. Lord teaches. No? Lord teaches the world by teaching his devotees. Correct, no? For example, Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is teaching Arjuna. And Kapila Shiksha was given by Lord Kapila to Devotee. Rishabhadev is the Lord, he gives education to his 100 sons. Like that he is giving. To his own devotees, the Lord gives. Like Lord Vishnu is giving Shiksha to Brahma. All are examples of Lord giving Shiksha to his own devotees. Through that he is teaching the world, other people. That's a T. And A stands for awkward position. Lord puts his devotees in awkward position to show the world how much they love him. They will not misunderstand him. One more example. You all know Madhavendra Puri? This Chandayatra going on. Lord came in Madhavendra Puri's dream and said, Madhavendra Puri, I am Gopal in the top of Govardhan Hill. Summer season is so hot for me. Can you go to Jagannath Puri and get the Malaya Chandan and bring it to Vrindavan and then upgrade it and apply on my body so I will feel very cool. Madhavendra Puri next day morning got up and said, oh, Lord came in dream and told me. He walked from Vrindavan to Jagannath Puri 1,000 miles, can you imagine? Just because one dream. Lord came and told him, put Chandana on me. And Lord Gopal was so shocked. My Lord, my devotees love me so much. Just for the fun I was telling him, he took it so seriously. And he walked 1,000 miles. And then again Lord came in his dream and said, hey, Madhavendra Puri, don't walk back with all the Chandan, so much carrying, so much of Chandan with you. Instead, go to Remuna, which is near Puri, and apply the Chandana on Gopinath, because me and Gopinath are non-different. So don't take the trouble to bring all the Chandana to Vrindavan. You just apply it on Gopinath, he said. So in this way, you can see, Lord sometimes want to show the world, if I put my devotee in trouble, the devotee are ready to take trouble for me. So I can put them in awkward positions. Like you see, this is another example of awkward position. Where is the sound there?
Hare Krishna Radha Raman Girdhari Girdhari Shyam Banwari.
This is another example. See, here Draupadi was put in such an awkward position. The Kauravas are shameless fellows. Huh? Now the Pandavas, how they are sitting, you see. The Kuri elders didn't take any action. And then when she called, hey Krishna, hey Govinda, hey Gopijana Vallabha, and Krishna is supplying unlimited sari. Huh? So in this way, so you can see how the devotees are agreeable to be put in awkward position. Lord told Bhishma Pitama, when Lord brought all the Pandavas, he said, all my Pandavas will be here and Bhishma, you go to the other side. Imagine if Lord is asking you to go to the other side of the devotees, which are all demoniac people. How many of us will be ready for that? Lord told Bhishma that, why I want you to be in the other side, you and me can fight the battle and we can enjoy Virya Rasa. You all know Virya Rasa. How many of you know what is Virya Rasa? That's one of the rasas. So it's called stunt rasa, stunt doing rasa. How many of you like stunt in a movie? You don't like, only half of them like. It's very thrilling, isn't it? When a villain and hero are having a stunt and hero is about to fall off the cliff and the villain is trying to crush his fingers with boots. Huh? Next moment you will see the hero will put another hand up and then he'll climb up and then what happens everybody knows, correct now? So those moments are so thrilling, sometimes you end up kicking your neighbor only. Yeah? Because stunts, so where is it coming from? Originally Lord also does stunt with demons when he's fighting and he creates thrilling situations. So Lord wanted to enjoy that stunt with Bhishma. Sometimes the king also appoints Malla. Malla means, bodybuilder to do kushti with him. Huh? All the queens are all laughing, ministers are laughing, and the king is having kushti with him. He's a paid wrestler. Huh? Monthly, once he gets a salary. So he is kept to give delight to the king. He's not an enemy of the king. Similarly, Lord sometimes brings his devotees from Vaikuntha to this world and says, you be on the other side, I'll be on this side, let us have fun. Huh? Fighting fun, like that. So Bhishma agreed. Because pure devotees agreed to be put in awkward position. So many people misunderstood Bhishma. Hey, why is Bhishma with Kauravas? Maybe he became attracted to the post and position given to him. Some people say because he ate the salt of Duryodhana, his buddhi became brashta. Some people say like so many people talk so many things. And pure devotee doesn't mind. Say anything you want. As long as Lord is pleased, I am ready to be on whichever side he says. In our Pune temple in those days, we requested one person to act in our Ramayana drama. This fellow had a big mustache. In Tamil Nadu, people keep mustache like this with two balls here. You know that? This fellow had a mustache like that. And hatta fellow. We told him, hey Prabhu, you will be, he was a very new devotee coming to temple. We told him, can you act as Ravana? You will be very fitting role. Huh? You have a very good mustache also, ready-made. You don't have to stick anything. You know? And you look also hefty size. He said, no, I cannot act. He asked why. He said, later on also devotees will say, Ravanaga, people else. I cannot. Later on, next day he came and said, Prabhu, if possible, I can act in the role of Rama. But people said, you are so fat, you can't act as Rama. with this big mustache. You are more suited for Ravana, but he was not ready because nobody wants to be on the side of being a villain and earn a bad name, correct? No? But why did Bhishma agree? Only one reason. Why? Because Krishna will be pleased. So in this way, four things I told you. B.E.T.A. Put in awkward. So not only devotees are put in awkward position, devotees also put Lord in awkward position also. Huh? Like Yashoda is binding Krishna, or Vrijabasis are pulling Krishna back to Vrindavan from Kurukshetra. Lord is helpless also because he is controlled by the love of his devotees. So in this way, the pure master is the Lord and pure servant is the other pure devotees. Huh? And those who are not having that type of pure relationship, impure master, impure servant, that is never pleasing. So in the purport, Prabhupada says, you see here, we will read the purport and we stop here now. Please read it. Who has the mic with you?
As stated in Bhagavad Gita,
Kamaistaitrihritajnanaha prapadyante anya devataha.
those whose minds are distorted by material desires surrender unto demigods. A demigod can't become master, for the real master is the supreme personality of Godhead. The demigods, to keep their prestigious positions, bestow upon their worshippers whatever benedictions the worshippers want. For example, once it was found that an asura took a benediction from Lord Shiva, by which
The Asura would
the
be able
asura
to
would
kill.
be able to kill someone simply by placing his hands on that person's head. Such benedictions are possible to receive from the demigods. If one worships Supreme Personality of Godhead, however, the Lord will never offer him such condemned benediction.
Like Lord will never give a benediction where you can touch somebody's head and break their head. Lord will never give. On the contrary, Lord will
It
take
is-
away. If one is too materialistic, but at the same time wants to be servant of Supreme Lord, the Lord, because of his supreme compassion for the devotee, takes away all his material opulences and obliges him to be a pure devotee of the Lord. Prahlad Maharaj distinguishes between pure devotee and pure master. The Lord is the pure master, the supreme master. See, if you go to a shop and ask for some, sometimes the mitai is sold in the road, surrounded by flies. You go and pay the money, 50 paisa, 1 rupee, they will immediately give you, correct, no? That fellow is not concerned about your health. He will give you, you eat it, and if you get sick, go to doctor. But I want your money, that's all. Whereas if your mother sees that, she will say, no, better don't eat this. Go to another shop and buy what is inside the bottle. Because the mother is concerned about your health, shopkeeper is concerned about your pocket. Huh? Similarly, the demigods, if you do some puja for them, they will give you any benediction without thinking whether it will do good for you or bad for you. They won't see. Whereas Krishna will always see, hey, you want to touch others' head and break their head? Now I will snatch what you have now. Huh? You have become arrogant now. Huh? So Krishna will give a good slap to his devotee and correct him. He will not allow them to do any nonsense. That's the difference between a pure master and impure master. Like that he says. One who has materialistic motivations cannot become a servant. And one who unnecessarily bestows benedictions upon his servant to keep his own prestigious position is not the real master. Thank you. Any question? 5 minutes questions you can take. So how many of you found it easy to understand what I spoke today? It was easy? Almost half the hand up? Okay, most of the hands up. Okay. Yeah. Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhu,
Where is the mic? Yeah, please.
human being can contain both Brahmana and Kshatriya qualities. Is it correct or not?
Human being?
A human being should have both Kshatriya and Brahmin qualities.
No, actually Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, 4 type of psychophysical natures. Any human being can have that. For example, Brahmana is a teacher and Kshatriya is a administrator and Vaishya is a trader and Shudra is a laborer. Like that, all the 4 are possible.
No, my question is, whenever it is necessary, he should behave like Brahman and he should give.
Oh, no, not like that.
Whenever it is necessary.
See, for example, if you know how to put fuse, that doesn't make you electrician. You know, are you electrician? He can climb on the pole in the road also, which we cannot do because he's expert. So all of us may do, like I'm sweeping the floor, I become Shudra? No. Predominantly, one of the four tendencies will be there in you. You have to find out which one is predominating. If you're administrator, you can go for MBA. If you are interested in technical subjects, R&D and everything, you are a Brahmana. You know. Similarly, if somebody has a flair for money, putting money and taking out money, he's a Vaishya. People do that. And these are strongly, like if you see Marwadis, Goyal, Bansal, Agarwal, they have a strong, the lineage itself you will find, putting money and multiplying money. You say, no, they have that power, that type of inclination. Similarly, those who are Brahminical means they're man of letters. They can actually read, write, learn, remember, speak. They give motivational talks. They can give judgment. They can give decision. They can give advice, and they can be devotees of God. They can be doing puja for the Lord. These are natural for Brahmanas. Correct, no? Any other question? Yeah, okay, please.
Hare Krishna. Roji, you said that a pure devotee doesn't have any material desires and spiritual desires also. But in case of Akrura,
In the case of Akrura.
when he
But
was
Akrura's desire was to meet Krishna in Vrindavan and serve him. He had no other desire. He didn't demand anything from Krishna. Correct, no? A devotee's only desire is to serve. Even I am telling any of you, you go to our kitchen and say, Prabhuji, can I cut some sabji? Will they say no? Most welcome, Prabhu. We are looking for people. Please cut sabji. You go and ask, Prabhu, can I wash some pots here? They will say, most welcome. You go to the book department and say, Prabhu, can I distribute some Prabhupada's books? Welcome, welcome. Please take this bag. Go out and distribute. Huh? The temple hall, if somebody says, Prabhuji, can I little bit to throw some water and clean the hall? It is little unclean. They say, wonderful, go ahead. If you are in a seva mood, everybody will welcome you. If somebody is asking, Prabhuji, like you are sitting, can I also sit here and give class? They say, wait a minute. Huh? For that, first you have to qualify first. Correct, no? Yeah. So, there are services which are privileged services which they won't give you very easily. Huh? One fellow, in the morning, he picked up the mic and started singing Mangalarati. He was not told to sing. Huh? So, he was told, first we need to know who you are before we give you such services, privileged services. But otherwise, you will see that menial services you will be most welcomed. Correct, no? So, devotees' only aspiration is to serve. Gopi Bhartur Padakamalayur Das. So, one day when I was going in the train, one gentleman came, one lawyer. Huh? I talked to him, very nice exchange we had. So, I told him, my name is Radheshyamdas, come to the temple. So, he came to the temple. He asked me, should I come alone or with the family? I said, you can bring the whole family, I said. And then I forgot it totally. Seems he came on a Sunday. I was in the bathroom taking bath. So he went to our information center and asked, can I meet Mr. Das? He asked. And they said, Mr. Das, here everybody is Mr. Das. He said, in our temple we have 150 Mr. Dases. And he was surprised. I don't remember his first name. I met him in the train. Then they asked him, this Mr. Das is tall or short? So he told he is short. And then he asked, is it fair or black? He said, he is fair. Is he wearing specs or no specs? He wears specs. He said, that is Radheshyamdas. He said, Then he said, correct. His name was Radheshyamdas. By the time I came out of the ashram, he saw me. I said, Prabhuji, he said, I've come here. So then I told him, sir, when in Vaikuntha, everybody is called as Das or Dasi. Correct, no? Even when you go back to Godhead, at the entrance they will ask you, who are you? Then you should say, I'm Radheshyamdas. They say, you want to be servant? Welcome. Or if you say, then they will ask you, why do you want to come in? Oh, so many years I chanted Hare Krishna, now I want to relax now. Please, open the door and leave me inside and give me an easy chair. Thoda relax karte hain. They will say, go back, take training and come. Then you have to tell them that I want to go inside and do seva. Then they will ask you, whom do you want to serve? You will say, I want to serve only that one person who is playing on the flute beautifully and smiling always. Who is that? Krishna. because I don't like the devotees. Always I have fight with devotees. But Krishna I like very much. Then what they will say? Go back. Take training and come. Polish yourself and come. So when you go, therefore you have to say, I want to serve Hari, Guru, and then they will ask you, how long? If you say, okay, 1 week is all right. Go back. So you have to say, I want to serve, satisfy, and please Hari, Guru, and Vaishnavas eternally. Then they will say, permission granted, chatak chak, go inside. So service is the only aspiration. Is that clear? Yeah. One last question, somebody. There's a hand up way behind. Please give him the mic. That yellow shirt one devotee is wearing, give him.
Prabhuji,
Hare
so,
Krishna.
as you said, an example of Durvasa, how he had, the fear of about his, to be alive. In similar way, with everyone, so we are attached to some desires in
Yeah.
our regular life.
Correct.
So we are lacking to identify our desires, or how to come out of that, like how to be fearless in every situation.
See, when we chant Hare Krishna and when we are reading Prabhupada books, when you are living in the company of devotees, so very easily you can come out of fear. Bhaja hure mana Srinanda Nandana Abhaya Charanara Vindare. It says, na? So when you do bhajan of Krishna, chanting of the holy name, Krishna is called as Abhaya Charanara Vinda, one who grants fearlessness. So now we are fearful because we think we worry about the past, we fear about the future, we fear damage to the body, we fear about the enemies and all that. But once you develop firm faith in Krishna, this fear will go away. One example I'll tell you. One small boy told his father, Papa, you come on this sidewalk and I will come on this sidewalk. And the father said, Beta, why don't we go together? He said, No, I want to walk here, you come here. They both are coming like this. And the son was watching the father and coming like that. So as he was walking, one bulldog was sitting. And the dog saw the boy coming close. Like that he did. Because the boy got frightened now, seeing the big dog. So immediately crossed the road and ran to the father. And the bulldog also got up and started following him behind. As soon as he reached his father, he caught hold of his hand. And then he looked behind and, he just gave a kick to the dog with the leg. Of course, dog was not very near. It was little away. He could just show his shoe to the dog. Hey, now I have no fear. Why? Now he lost his fear because he's catching the hand of. Similarly, when you catch the hand of God, then you have no fear after that. And for catching the hand of God, we have to chant Hare Krishna, come in association, read Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam. If possible, you can stay with devotees. We have facility in the temple also to stay. Near the temple, we have many flats available where about groups of 6 or 8 devotees are staying. So depending on if you are able to stay and attend the morning programs in the temple, you will grow very fast. In case you are far away from the temple, we have centers away also. Can meet your seniors and check with them. And you will see, within 3 months, I can tell you will see a very big difference you will see in your life. Okay? Which was the other hand up? One more hand was up. Here, please give. Haribol, here. Yeah.
Thank you. Pranam Guruji.
Pranam. Yeah.
My question is, how can I experience to Lord Krishna that He is always with me?
That is possible if you begin with reading Prabhupada's books, because right now our situation is we are going to school and college and there they are not teaching us any spiritual knowledge.
Yeah.
So our map of life is all centered around materialistic life only.
Yeah.
So to come closer to God, the first step is like if you have a plant, you have to water the plant. Then only the plant will grow and produce fruits. Similarly, in your spiritual life also, to get first thing is ABC is Bhagavad Gita.
Yeah.
Begin with small books, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, One is the reading of the books, hearing of lectures, like you are hearing a lecture today. Huh?
Yeah.
And then coming to temple, associating with devotees, chanting the holy name. These are preliminary steps.
Yeah.
You keep doing it regularly. So, like I had spoken, Bhagavad Gita called as Gita Rahashyam.
Yeah.
If you just put Radheshyamdas Gita Rahashyam, 18 chapters in 18 sittings. So you will get an overall idea. What is Bhagavad Gita? Then if you want to learn more, you can learn Gita Amrita Bindu and all that. So, but if you are in touch with devotees, they also conduct weekly classes. Are you attending any classes?
This is my first time, and I am.
Oh,
attending
you
the
come
class.
first time. Okay. You can register your name. They will connect you to the weekly program. Huh?
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And you will learn a lot of things. Just hear these classes for 1 year or so, 6 months to 1 year. You will get a full, complete map of why this world was created, why we are sent here, how to meet the Lord, how to approach. Everything will be taught you very scientifically and systematically. Okay? We had one last question. Please hear. You see, you asked in the morning, you got a chance yourself. Let us give one more chance to others. There? Where? Okay. Here one and there one. Okay. You give that mic here, this mic. Okay.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. So briefly, we understand that whatever demigods offer to their worshippers when they do puja or whatever. So these rules and regulations are already given by Lord only, correct? So they are just acting as an instrument. So it's not blaming demigods, but why do we project them like that?
See, the demigods are called as karma sachiv. Chayeva karma sachiva sadhavodhina vatsala. Bhagavatam says that. See, the demigods are administrators of the universe. Correct, no? Say, for example, in a government office, there are many, many people working. And many people come and pay some money and then they do the work. Correct, no? Like that, the demigods are appointed for sunlight, moonlight, wind, rains, and different departments like that. They're allotted. And these demigods have their followers who worship them with material motivations. And the demigods will check their account, whether in their account these are grantable. And then they will grant accordingly. Demigods cannot give you what you don't deserve. You have to, just like for example, if you want a milk packet, you go to a place, milk booth, and then you pay the money and get the token and show the token, and then you get that granted. Correct, no? Like this, demigods are appointed by the Lord, those who go to them to worship. But what we are condemning is the Jivatma, his ultimate platform is not this, doing this business transaction. Because demigods are making the material life a little better, but they are not helping the Jiva to get out of this world. For example, say one of your friend is in the jail. So you ask him, are you comfortable? He says, mosquitoes are biting. You give him a mosquito net. Next week, ask him, are you comfortable? He says, no, it's very cold. You give him a blanket. Is that a great help? Or teaching our friend to reform his heart and help him to get out of the jail? That is great. Correct, no? So Srimad Bhagavatam teaches you how to get out of the world and go back to Godhead. That is Bhagavatam. Other Puranas teach you how to make your material life a little more comfortable. Okay, you don't have this? Okay, take this. You go to Surya, get good health. Go to Saraswati, get some education. Go to Lakshmi, get some money. If somebody wants a wife or a husband, go to Shiva or Parvati, like that. So then they are only telling you, live in the material world, keep on taking birth, old age, disease, death, and little more comfortable. That's all. Therefore, the demigods are those jivas who want to serve the Lord, but they also want to dominate the world. Like Indra is trying to dominate. Brahma also did Brahma Vimohan Leela. So, because they also have a dominating tendency, they have some impurity. And the jivas already are well known to have problem, impurity. Therefore, the relationship is a problemed relationship. You understand, no? Whereas Krishna has pure love, pure devotees are pure love, there is no problem. Because both are selfless and sacrificing towards each other. Therefore, they fit to be there in the spiritual world. Clear? One last question. There are many hands up. Okay.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, that was very wonderful class.
Yeah.
In the conversation between Durvasa and Krishna told that I love my devotees very much because they don't even want material desires nor spiritual desires. But personally, in my case, we would be having some spiritual desires like
See, desire to go back to Godhead is not a selfish desire. Why? For example, if a child got lost in some mela, he's crying, Mama, Papa, and then he wants to go back to Papa. For the child to be with father is not greediness or selfishness. Because child is supposed to be with parents only. For a salt to be saltish, sugar to be sweet is natural. If a sugar says, I want to be sweet, you ask, why are you so selfish? You want to be sweet, you can ask. Similarly, child to be with parents is very natural. It's not a wrong desire. But the pure devotees are so exalted that they are ready to not only go back to Godhead, they are ready to go on duty away from the spiritual world and come to material world to help the Lord in His mission. That is addition. See, which is the son, good son? One who want to with mama, papa always, or one who is ready to go on behalf of the father to do some business for the pleasure of the father? Who is greater?
business.
That is why devotees are glorified, because they don't want to just enjoy in the spiritual world, they also want to do some service to Lord by reclaiming the suffering souls. Srila Prabhupada ki.
Hare Krishna. So today in essence, Prabhuji taught us beta formula, how to become good son of the Lord,
Good beta.
good beta of the Lord. B means what? What is the business? Only love. Then next is E, means what? Empowerment. Then T means Lord teaches world by teaching his devotees. And A means awkward position to bring out their best qualities. Haripol. So we'd like to thank Prabhuji and promise him that we'll follow this beta formula and become good beta of the Lord by Lord chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.